morning from Northwest Lower Michigan. I wanted to do a short video this morning. I listened to Atypical Tarot yesterday, and he did a very interesting video about the Ten of Swords. And one of the things that he does in his very informative tutorials about different cards is that he always talks about them in relationship to an element. With the Ten of Swords, he compared it to the element gallium. And I've had a personal experience with gallium in that I have many family members who've lost their lives to cancer or struggled through cancer treatment, including my son, who had Hodgkin's lymphoma at a young age. And once the biopsy has been completed and it comes back showing that there is in fact cancer present in the body, one of the first things they do before they determine a course of treatment specifically for you is that they run a bunch of tests, of course, to find out exactly how widespread the cancer is in the body, whether or not it has metastasized. And one of the first tests that they do is to put gallium into the body and run you through an MRI. And the reason for this is that gallium is a metal that becomes liquid at body temperature, and it adheres to any spot in the body that has inflammation or heat. And so they can see it light up on an MRI and know that those are the problem areas to investigate. Of course, there are very long-term side effects of having gallium in your body. Like most metals in the human body, it has a very toxic effect. It's hard to get rid of out of the body. And any cancer survivor will tell you that oftentimes the treatment or the cure is almost as bad as the disease. The Ten of Swords kind of embodies that to me. I have little nicknames for all of the cards because I'm old. I'm going to show you a couple of the Ten of Swords. I've always called this card the darkest hour just before the dawn. And of course, swords as the suit of mind. We know that any time we draw the 10, we've come to the end of a cycle where we've really slogged it out all the way through, back and forth, good and bad, looking at all of the different aspects of the circumstances or the situation before we come to a conclusion. And basically when we reach the 10, we've had it, we've given up. If you are laying on the ground with 10 swords in your back, at some point in time, you laid down your shield. In other words, you let go of all of your defensiveness and you just succumbed to the process. You decided you would take the good with the bad, the side effects with the cure. And I really liked Atypical Tarot's explanation of this. It really gave me a deeper understanding of this card. And from now on, when it turns up in a reading, depending on the spread and its position and the other cards that are surrounded by it, it will give me a much deeper understanding of what's going on and a better explanation of the specifics of this situation, if you will. And so I really very much appreciated that. But what this brought to mind was the fact that every tarot card reminds me in some way of some life circumstance. And I've often thought that every tarot card, it's like art. I mean, the tarot is a very creative tool and a very creative process for us. And like all creative processes, it depicts life, it mirrors life. And so that's what I want to ask you today. I want to ask you to tell me how the tarot has mirrored life to you. Every tarot card is a song. Every song is a tarot card. Every poem is a tarot card. Every movie is a tarot card reading. It's a story unfolding. Every person you meet is a tarot card. I want you to start looking for how the archetypes are the people who you know in your life. They're represented by the people who you know in your life. I want you to tell me every song, tell me a song, if you will, that reminds you of a tarot card. I have a lot of examples. I just wrote about this in a blog post a few days ago. If you go to my website, which is the same name, crowquilltarot.com, you can link to my YouTube channel and all of my social media accounts and to my blog. And I wrote about this because in an interview with the people who made the movie and starred in the movie Saving Mr. Banks, which is one of my favorite movies, Emma Thompson refers to Tom Hanks playing Walt Disney, that both characters embody the emperor. One of the best examples I have of a movie character as an archetype in the tarot is Jeff Bridges' character in the movie Fearless. It is based on a true story about a plane crash that took place just outside of LAX, that's Los Angeles, and in which a man survives the plane crash, but something has happened to him in the process. He has gone into an altered state and he has lost his fear of death. And to me, it's the perfect depiction of the Hanged Man. I often will write in my blog about different songs that depict different characters to me. A beautiful song is country singer Jennifer Nettles' song, I Can Do Hard Things. And in it, she's talking about the high priestess, and the emperor, and the 9 of coins, and many of the embodiment of strong women. The strength card, the justice card are showing up in this song. An obvious one is Fool on the Hill. The fool on the hill sees the sun going down and the eyes in his head see the world turning round. But some of them are more obvious and some of them are more subtle. And I will put the links to these examples I have given in the description box, and I will ask you to respond if you will. I'd love to hear about where you see the tarot mirrored in life. Thanks for watching.